from National Public Radio. NPR Playhouse presents Nightfall.
In the dream, you are falling, lost in the listening distance, as dark locks in. Nightfall. Good evening. Tonight we're going to take especially good care of you. All we ask is that you make sure that everybody gets what's coming to them. The play by Martin Kinch is called Special Services.
Hello?
Is that Miss Catton?
Speaking.
Miss Catton, you probably don't remember me. Name's Jake. I live up here north, up by your Aunt Estelle. Along the 4th line?
No,
Well, it's no matter. It was a long time ago we met. I wouldn't even be calling you now if it wasn't for your aunt.
Well, is something wrong?
Let's put it this way, Miss Catton. I don't know for sure. I know she's sick. I wouldn't be calling you if she wasn't.
Well, can't you be a little more specific?
Specific, you want, eh? Well, I figure if you want to see her again, you'd better get up here.
What do you mean? Can I talk to her?
She don't have no phone, Miss Catton. Don't believe in it. She wouldn't even let them take her to the hospital.
But, just a second. I need some information.
Miss Catton, I don't have no more money for this. I said what I got to say.
But listen, no, we were just leaving on our vacation. My husband... Look, I know this sounds callous.
Miss Catton, your aunt is dying.
I'll be right up.
That's what I thought you'd say.
And, Jake, I'll pay you for the call when I get there.
Right, Miss Catton. I'll be expecting you. Yeah, I'll be expecting you. And your husband, you can pay me when you get here. Yes, ma'am.
Place we are.
Well, if they are, I wish they'd let me know. Every time I think of those empty seats flying to Barbados, I...
Look, I'm sorry, Jim. It's not my fault.
Yeah, I know.
God's sake!
Well, you want to get there, don't you?
In one piece, if possible.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's stop fighting,
Mm-hmm.
I know it's crazy, but...
No buts, Diane. It is crazy. Really crazy. We could be flying south for my first vacation in 4 years. A vacation which, incidentally, my doctor recommended, but we're not, are we? No,
Jim!
We're driving into the land of the midnight sun. All because some old codger, whatever his name is...
Jake.
Even the name sounds phony. How do you know this isn't all a practical joke?
If you don't relax, we're never going to make it down south.
I'd be a lot happier if we knew who this Jake was.
Jim?
I know. Relax.
No, listen.
You don't suppose your aunt started an epidemic, do you?
It's not funny. You know, that's the 4th ambulance in the last half hour.
And?
Spooky.
How do you know it's not the same one going around in circles? You're sure moving fast enough.
You better pull over.
Where?
I don't know.
I can't pull over, Diane. It's sheer rock on both sides.
Well, stop then.
Oh, sure. The guy'd run right over me. Now, there's something ahead of us.
Honk your horn, Jim. Jim!
I can't see! Look out! The light!
Excuse me.
Yes?
What's happening?
Pardon, honey?
With my husband?
Oh, well, he's still in the operating room, honey.
Are you sure? I mean, well, can you check?
Oh, of course. You see? Operating room 3.
But that's impossible.
Honey?
I'm sorry. I mean, I don't understand. We've been here for 7 hours.
These things take time.
7 hours? He was talking to me in the ambulance. He walked in here. He couldn't have been that badly hurt, could he?
Don't worry, honey. Dr. Druitt's the best in the business.
I'm sure he is, but I'd feel a whole lot better if I could see him.
Well, he's not one for small talk. He's, reserved. A bit scary, you know what I mean? But you can bet your boots he's in there doing everything he can.
Yes. I guess I just can't stand the waiting.
I know what you mean.
I don't think you do.
Oh, yes, I do, honey. When it comes to waiting, this place takes the cake. It's so exclusive that... Well, do you know your husband's the first subject I've...
Subject?
Patient. He's the first patient I've processed in a week.
This is a hospital, isn't it?
Honey?
Well, you've got to admit there's something weird. I've been here for hours, and I haven't seen a single doctor. Hell, I haven't even seen a nurse. And now you tell me you haven't got any subjects.
Patients. We do have patients.
Where?
Look, honey.
I wish you'd stop calling me honey.
All right, Mrs. Catton. I don't think you realize how lucky you are. This is a special services institution, one of the best in the world. Dr. Druitt does special work for very special people.
What special work?
And it's very exclusive. We have got the most sophisticated equipment. We've got computers linked with the whole world. We can find a kidney, a heart, a liver, anything, anytime, anywhere.
Well, every hospital's got that.
What?
Every hospital has a computer. I'm an organ donor myself, and so is my husband. Our family doctor, and he's no genius, he told us about it. He never told us about special services, though.
It's no big mystery, honey. It's just that I don't know. Look, we've got patients, okay? We've got one coming in tonight, a real Mr. Big. I don't know who he is. If I did, though, and if I could tell you, you'd know him. I mean, you'd know him.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm worried, that's all. I'm nervous and edgy. What the hell is that? Battle stations?
Admission.
Good evening, gorgeous. Where do we take him?
Just a second. Operating room 3.
Right.
Excuse me.
No time to chat now, miss. This here under the sheet's an A #1 priority. Night, gorgeous.
Night.
Who was that?
314Y26. Other than that, I don't know, honey. Security.
Where is Jim?
I told you.
You told me operating room 3. Then you told him operating room 3. Now, something doesn't make sense.
I must have made a mistake.
I don't think so, Miss Novak.
Honey,
First, we're run off the road by an ambulance. Then we're brought to this... What is this?
I told you. It's a special services institution. That patient was probably a president of something or a big star.
Miss Novak.
Dr. Cornell, you frightened me. I was just...
Take this tray, please, Miss Novak.
Yes, Doctor.
Mrs. Catton, I'm Dr. Cornell.
Yes. How's my husband?
Sit down, Mrs. Catton.
Is he all right?
Sit down.
Dr. Cornell.
Mrs. Catton, I'm sorry, Mrs. Catton. Your husband is dead.
What?
I said.
I heard what you said, but... Look, he walked in here. He was talking to me in the ambulance.
A rib pierced the vital organ. And...
No. There's something crazy here. Now, I want to see him.
Mrs. Catton, we're working in a very sensitive area. We can't risk infection.
They won't even let me down there, honey.
I thought I asked you to get rid of that tray.
I was only trying to do what... Reception.
Mrs. Captain, I wish there was something I could
Don't
say.
you touch me.
Yes, sir. Dr. Cornell? Dr. Druitt would like to see you right away.
Oh, right. Yes, I'll be back.
Doctor, I want to see my husband. And if I don't...
All right. Perhaps in 3 or 4 hours, when we're finished. I mean, when we're finished cleaning up.
The little fake thinks he's Dr. Druitt.
I wonder if they use these on Jim.
What?
These instruments.
Oh, you shouldn't play with them, honey. You might cut yourself.
There is something wrong here.
Honey?
I don't know what it is, but I think they blew it. He wasn't special enough, you see. I think they're so worried about Mr. Big they made a mistake, and they killed him.
Oh, that's silly, honey. Dr. Druitt is not the kind of person...
I want to see my husband.
Well, honey, there's nothing I can do.
Miss Novak, either I see my husband now before they clean up the evidence, or I'm going to stick this scalpel in your innocent little face.
Okay. I think he's over there.
I can hear him breathing. Where's the light?
I don't know. I told you I've never been in this room before.
Liar.
You're hurting me.
You'll be dead if you don't shut up. You stay here.
What are you doing?
I'm going to try to find the light. There's got to be a door here somewhere.
I'm getting out of here.
Oh, no, you're not.
Leave me alone. We should...
God. He is alive.
Don't you think if I was...
Alive. Jim. Oh, thank God, Jim, you're alive. You're alive. What's that?
Nothing. I knocked something over. I thought we had better get a doctor.
What?
We might have broken something.
All right. I'll have to trust you.
Okay, honey.
It's okay, Jim. I'm here. I'm here. It's okay. They're not going to hurt you anymore. They're not going to hurt you. God, what's going on here, Miss Novak? Don't you see? They told me he was dead. Miss Novak? Miss Novak? Miss Novak! No! Oh, God! Miss Novak! Oh, Miss Novak, come back! Oh, please! Oh, please, let me out! Please, come back!
Tom? You wanted to see me?
Dr. Cornell, sit down. Do you like music?
I don't have much time.
You should make time, Dr. Cornell. Good for the nerves. Your nerves bad, Dr. Cornell.
I don't think so, sir.
Are you tired? Sick?
No, sir.
And perhaps you can explain why at this very moment Mrs. Catton is blundering around OR3 and our receptionist is attempting to escape from the grounds?
Well,
Sit down. You can handle it later.
I guess I didn't... I'm sorry.
You're no diplomat, Dr. Cornell. It's doubtful that you're even a doctor.
Sir?
Sir? My poor boy. Look at that thing, that specimen on my desk, Doctor. That useless piece of meat.
But the computer...
The computer, Dr. Cornell, is a tool to be used with discrimination and intelligence.
But
nothing. It's only by the sheerest luck that you haven't botched the whole thing. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, if you'll follow me, we'll attempt to correct your mistakes.
Yes, sir.
Oh, and Doctor, bring that revolting specimen with you.
Don't worry, Jim. We're getting out of here. There's got to be a way, something. We've got to find the light. It's got to be here somewhere. I'm going to find it, Jim.
Not over there, Mrs. Catton.
Who's there?
My name is Druitt, Dr. Jacob Druitt. I'm the director of this hospital.
You stay away from me.
Shall I turn the lights on, sir?
No, I don't think so. Let's leave Mrs. Catton in the dark for a few more minutes.
But the patient...
The patient is breathing, Dr. Cornell. It's enough.
You mean you can save him?
Of course I can save him. Despite your messy efforts and the stupidities of my assistant.
He told me he was dead.
Yes, Dr. Cornell has made a number of mistakes this evening. I'm sure he's sorry. Aren't you, Dr. Cornell?
I'm sorry.
I'm sure Mrs. Catton forgives you.
Yes. Only please.
Patience, Mrs. Catton. It may be immodest, but I'm going to enjoy demonstrating my skills at this late hour.
Of course. I'm sorry.
We'll need a little help from you, of course.
Anything.
Shall we have the lights, Dr. Cornell?
That's not my husband.
Very observant, Mrs. Catton.
You said there was a mistake. You said you could save him.
I can save him.
Oh, please, Dr. Druitt.
Oh, call me Jake. Your Aunt Estelle and I, you'll be happy to know she's perfectly healthy.
Oh, no. I want to see my husband.
Very well. We'll show you. Dr. Cornell, if you just, yes. Now, Mrs. Catton, if you turn your attention to the specimen jar in my assistant's hands, you'll notice that the heart it contains is enlarged.
Oh.
I take it you remember your biology. Now, if you...
Oh, my God.
Oh, dear. She fainted. Pity. Are we ready?
Yes, sir.
We wouldn't want another of your little mistakes.
No, sir.
Now, Mrs. Catton, awake at last.
Where am I? I can't move.
I'm afraid we've had to strap you down. Now, let's just remove this sheet.
No, leave me alone, please. I haven't... You've taken my clothes.
Mrs. Catton, I am a doctor, huh? Yeah. Pretty. Very pretty. A shame, really. Still, you'll be doing your bit.
I don't understand.
Well, it's simple, really. The gentleman in that bed beside you is a very important man. More important than you. Or me. Although, for the moment, he's rather dependent on both of us. Are we ready to sterilize this charming area, Dr. Cornell?
Right away, sir.
Oh, please, leave me alone. Oh, Jim.
You forget, Mrs. Catton, that Jim is no longer with us. We had hoped to use him for our little rescue job, but, you see, our computer told us to...
Shall I proceed, sir?
Patience. Let us finish our story first. It's the least we can do. Now, your Jim, well, it's too bad. Still, in the end, it was painless. A favor, really. You see, Jim had heart disease.
We were going on vacation.
Yes, but it wouldn't have worked. He was due for a massive coronary at any moment.
Still an unfortunate mistake.
You mean this is all a computer mistake? No, I don't believe that.
And you'd be right not to. The computer was correct, as usual. Unfortunately, my young colleague is not as detached. He assumed that a male subject required a male heart. Ridiculous. He gets overexcited and has some strange sexist prejudices.
Oh.
Right, Mrs. Captain. Nature knows no such prejudice.
Oh, no,
The heart we wanted was actually your own.
please, no.
I think we're ready, Dr. Cornell. Scalpel.
No. No.
You have just heard Special Services by Martin Kinch. Featured tonight were Linda Sorensen as Diane and Bud Knapp as Dr. Druitt. Colin Fox was heard as Dr. Cornell, Marion Waldman as Miss Novak, Gordon Thompson as Jim, and Grant Roll, the attendant. Our recording engineer is John Jessup, with sound effects by Bill Robinson. Script editors are John Douglas and Earl Toppings, with the production assistance of Nina Callahan. Tonight's play was produced and directed by Paul Mills, and the series coordinating producer is Bill Howell. And now, here's a final word from your host.
Hello again. Next week's Nightfall addresses the continuing problem of how children should best be nurtured, especially when they might be telepathic.
I thought you'd like to know I've picked up another one. Oh, I guess about Class B, possibly Class A. Now, don't be ridiculous. At the age of 5? Besides, if there's some emotional complications, I think he's strong. Very strong. Yes. Teddy Fraser. I don't care if you do know his father. I think this is something you should leave to me. No, you can't put him to work now. He's much too young. Definitely not. We agreed that I'm the one in charge of developmental training. Of course, I'm aware of the dangers. I'll get back to you tomorrow.
Teddy, a knowing little play from the telling pen of Stephen Freygood. Thoughtful radio for the world beyond all words. That's next week on Nightfall. Until then, careful of the edge.
Funds for the distribution of this NPR